Chipotle.
Hey.
Chipotle.
Hey. Do it
What
look
up,
like
though?
I was
What up,
left
what-
off Bambuji? Wrap it up then. Ladies and
man.
gentlemen, it's industry rule number 4080.
Yeah.
Episode number
16.
16? 17?
I don't know, man. Whatever,
18? I think, yeah.
Dog.
I think it's episode. We're going to say it's
I didn't look at the SoundCloud. I can't lie.
It's all good. It's episode number 18. I'm your boy DTown, a.k.a. Tuxedo Flask, a.k.a. Spliff Huxtable.
Yeah, I'm Mello Dee, Mello Digital, all that shit, man. You know, Mello Disco.
Yeah, and together
You know where the dick go.
Oh, yeah, they already know what time it is, man. Episode number 18 coming to you live and direct from Youngstown City in an undisclosed location because the block is hot and the feds is watching, so we don't want to give that away, you know what I mean?
You know,
But
let's get this shit rocking, man. You already know what time it is, man.
yeah,
So,
make sure y'all check me out, you know what I mean? We're going to get right to it. Make sure y'all check me out. I got the joint Money. It's now on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, wherever you stream your music at legally. Make sure you go look up DTown, Money, you know what I mean, or the Northsider EP. Stream that shit, put it in your life, man. Check it out. And I also got the 100% Hustle t-shirts on deck. You can get those at executive-dtown.com. Mello, what's popping your way, man?
MelloDeeBeats.com. That's MELLODEEBEATS.com. You can also type in that same word in Google, find my Instagram, all that. I'm putting up about 3 beats a week. You know, you catch me on YouTube, all that. Good prices for the beats, man. Buy one, get 2 free right now as far as the leases right now. You know, that's it. So let's get into the gang squad.
Before we get too deep into it, man, make sure y'all take a listen to our last episode. If y'all didn't, I had the opportunity to sit down with Arsenal, you know, battle rap legend. So if you guys are in the bars and all of that good shit, that's definitely a good interview, some good content for y'all to check out, man. So other than that, man,
also,
you good?
very quickly, you
Go
know,
for it.
Open Secrets Podcast. Check out my guy Jimmy Black. Also, the regular podcast. Yeah, check out Kilo.
Oh, yeah, you already know what it is, man.
Yeah, you know, that's the network. So, anyways, let's get into this shit, man.
Rip Dick Gregory.
So, you know, we gonna get into the quick hits. All right, so, you know, the Kodak Black masterpiece shit, you know. Kodak Black basically said he got approached by Master P, and Master P tried to have him pay for mentorship. Master P said, no, I didn't. I was basically just telling him, you getting fucked. You know, Rick Ross had a line.
Yeah.
On, what's his
Credit
last
card
album?
scams? Them shit was for the... What? Credit card scams?
No, that's not the line. Like,
Oh,
what the fuck?
okay.
No, it was on the track he had on his last album called Scientology, and he said, name the crooked attorney is named Sotomayor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's Kodak Black's representative.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was like, yo, Rick Ross rapping about your man's fucking him. So I'm not even telling you, like, just on some hateful, spiteful shit that this nigga's fucking you. Yo, he's legendary for fucking niggas. So
Is he? Or I thought like some niggas got fucked up, but then some cats he did really well by. Like I think he represented like Eminem and T.I. at one point.
Yeah, you know.
Something
I
crazy.
can't say, man, but you know, that's what I read on Rap Genius. I didn't look further past that.
Yeah, because
you know,
facts don't matter. You know?
Yeah, I mean, dog, I'm about to look up some manager I'm never gonna meet, like, you know, like whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, you know, that's what Master P said. You know, he said he seen his contract, and his contract was actually legit.
Okay.
But he was just trying to give him guidance. After that, Kodak Black pretty much said, "Nigga, you see my contract?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think shit of that, man. I think, you know, it's one thing if he was trying to have him pay for mentorship. I feel like as a rapper, you know, it would be cool to have that, but at the same time, if you popping like it, my niggas don't really last for more than, you know, motherfucking 5 years for real. Dead ass.
I mean, they don't, man. But I think Master P I think it's all just misconstrued. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like Kodak might have gotten the wrong idea about what Master P was trying to do with him. But I mean, you know, to be mentored by somebody like a Master P, I think that's dope. You know what I mean?
Dog,
like,
he's way past. He's like 20 years, not 20 years, but like 10 years or more. Like 12 years past his prime. 12 years career basically been dead, and he's still getting money. So that's somebody I would definitely want to chop up and get game from unless he's trying to suck blood out of me. That's it.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's Kodak. You know what I mean? Like, this cat has a history in the past of getting into trouble. You know what I mean? It's just cool for us to talk about him one time without this nigga doing some wildly outlandish shit that has him like violating probation or some
He
shit
be
like
wilding
that.
on a Ustream. I don't understand shit that come out his mouth outside of raps though. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
But you got the Cardi B, Nicki Minaj situation.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth, man.
Yeah,
low key subliminal, nothing direct. It's all direct, but
Even
indirect.
then they squashed it. It's not squashed, but it's like, they pretty much tried to clear up the rumors. Nicki was saying people was reaching, and Cardi B, put up a quote from Nicki, and she retweeted. I just, it is what it is, man. Female rappers forever is going to beef because it's
only 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly. When we look at the top, it's not that much room for female rappers. And when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh, all female rappers can't get it. I'm saying if you look at the course of time, it's always been a limited space for female rappers because the demand just ain't there. And you got to be super hot fire to be one of them chicks. So when you look at it, that's always going to be like, man, this bitch is trying to take, especially a new chick. Chicks is going to have that in their head. This bitch is trying to take my spot. Lil' Kim was done. Nicki Minaj came on the scene well after she was done, and Lil' Kim still felt threatened.
Yeah.
Nicki is now in that position where she's that bitch, and this Young M.A. is coming on. Young M.A. has no sex appeal, so Young M.A. is actually seen as something completely different. She's a lesbian that raps. Cardi B is somewhere around the lane that Nicki is in, not musically, but just as far as appeal. And she feels, Cardi is making it seem like Nicki feels threatened.
I mean, but let's keep it a buck, man. Like,
and I believe she is.
Nah, I mean,
she's threatened by Remy, so.
Hell yeah. I mean, dog, like, this is the first time in years that Nicki has had any competition when it's come to this female rap shit. You know what I mean? Like, we seen Remy pop up last year. We see Bodak Yellow pop up this year. And with that, you know what I mean? Like, the tension is there. Like, up until them points, all these bitches was her sons.
Yeah,
now,
you wanna know what's funny?
Now Bodak Yellow is damn near the biggest song of the summer, the biggest song in the country on the rap charts. Like, it came up, like, overnight out of nowhere. And to sit here and say, like, from a chick that's looked at female rap competitively, which I'm talking about, Nicki looked at, like, female rap competitively, to sit here and say that she doesn't feel threatened by, like, a Bodak Yellow, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's telling of the times that we're in for Nicki Minaj, because last year we had All the Way Up was the biggest song, and that from any female rapper anywhere. This year, it's Bodak Yellow. We still have yet to, it's been 2 years, we have yet to hear a big song from Nicki that's really catching, that's really, like, people are getting behind and championing. Like,
she ain't had a hit in a while. And the funny thing was, I was listening to the song she did with Will.i.am back in like 2010. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Oh,
and
check
she
it
did
out.
Yeah. And she did the dun. Competition, why? Yes, I would love some. Now you got it.
Now you got it. Now you
Let's see how you handle it. You didn't handle it well with Remy.
It's gonna take her and all 6 of her fucking voices to turn this shit around. But really what she needs to do, I feel like she learned from her situation that she had with Remy, where it was more of like an opposition standpoint and it got ugly. I think like she's squashing shit with Cardi because she learned from that. Like, you can't just be going wild.
Keep your enemies close.
Yeah, like, you can't really just be going wild reckless at these people, because she looked crazy in the midst of that Remy shit. Like, she just did. Now with Bodak Yellow, I really think that, and it's been said before, but I don't know why she hasn't jumped on the beat and done a freestyle or jumped on the beat and done an official remix with Cardi just yet. Either or, like, I don't know if it's in the works. I don't know if it's going to happen. But really, for her to kind of get back into the lane and take advantage of this, like, she need to go ahead and jack the beat. You know what I mean? Jay-Z did that shit with Joe Budden when Pump It Up came out. You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at with the situation. You know what I mean? Like, I think that Nicki is playing it safe because she just don't want to look crazy because everybody right now, everybody loves Cardi.
At this moment.
Yeah.
At this moment. Just like everybody loved Young and May at one moment, everybody loved Remy for one moment. You know, this is Cardi's moment right now. Now, as far as, you know, people not getting their moment, you know, I mean, I had the perfect angle, man. I don't know.
I'm fixing it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
fuck up some shit, man.
People not getting their moment. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Yeah, but Milan makes beats. Do you know who that is? Of course you fucking don't, because he's not popping, but he should be popping, like your boy Pierre. You know the Cardi. What is his name? Playboy Cardi.
Pierre, you want to come outside?
Yeah, you know, you hear that? That's Pierre.
Okay.
That's Pierre. You know, Pierre Bourne. That's his tag and shit. So that's Cardi's producer. But before Pierre Bourne, there was a bunch of other internet producers, and Milan Make Beats was one of them. He basically got fucked by Cardi. You know how niggas have the purchase your tracks today. Cardi pretty much got those beats tagged. He was supposed to buy them. He looped them without the tags and stuff like that. Rapped over them. You know, he produced V-Lone Thug and a few other tracks. You know,
basically the nigga
he got fucked. He didn't get paid. You know, and it's fucked up. You know, Cardi is out here threatening a nigga because he never paid him and shit like that. You know, it's fucked up industry shit.
Nah, it is fucked up industry shit. And I told you I had a theory on this, and I wanted to share it on the podcast because this is what we have to understand, because we see this shit happen to producers time and time again, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody gets their beat taken from them, or somebody doesn't get paid for their beat. Tough love, right? Tough love. I'm talking to all the producers that are coming up with this. It's your business. Period. That's it. Run your business in a way to where this shit can't happen. Somebody sent him that shit. You know what I mean? If this dude's business was in line, like, does it suck that he had something stolen from him? Yeah. But if his business was in line, he would be able to take legal action against this shit and get paid what he's rightfully paid. Yeah, it would be tied up in litigation, but producers have to take more of a role from a standpoint of they have to be their own brand now. Like, we can't just, you know, and I'm talking specifically about producers. You can't just sit back and just be the dude that want to sell beats. You know what I mean? And get mad when something like this happen. Like, you got to run your business and you got to run your brand to where, you know what I mean, you're going to be Gucci regardless. You know, and I feel like this dude is, does it suck that he had something stolen from him? Yeah. Should he be paid for it? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's his business.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. You know, as a producer, I understand where he fucked up, and this is what it is. This is how the game works. So, you know, if you don't have connections, if you don't have a name or anything like that, just be prepared to get fucked. It's gonna happen. It's almost a 100% guarantee. As a producer, you're gonna get fucked. If you are sending beats out digitally, at some point you're gonna get fucked. If we was talking about Chance the Rapper taking beats from the Justice League and not paying them and shit like that, you know, and I'm pretty sure shit is not going to work out well for them because they probably don't have paperwork. We would have heard something by now. But, you know, when you sending beats out digitally and you don't have a relationship, you don't have proper representation, even if you have a copyright, you can still get your shit taken. You know, even if they take the shit and you have it copyrighted, you got to have the bread to fight that in court over the course of 2 years. What's that nigga's name? Bangladesh produced a Millie in like 2007. That nigga didn't get paid until like 2012, 13.
Right.
So, and he had to wait until the money accumulated, until Birdman kept fucking him for years. And he said, you know what? I'm gonna press charges. I'm gonna make this lawsuit because I got a good case. And I talked to my legal representation. This is a platinum producer.
Yeah.
Time goes out over the course of 2 years, and they finally get his money. So you gotta, like, if you're doing this shit and you sending out beats, it's like he just mentioned, it's your brand and shit like that.
Yeah.
You just gotta take the clout from that, put it in your bio. You produce for motherfucking Playboy Cardi. Just take that dick. That's it. That's all you can do.
Dog, like this. There's also something else
Pause.
to this. There's something else that super pause. There's also another side to this, right? One of the things that I read about Metro Boomin and how he built his name and built his legacy was he didn't say, "Hey, I'm just gonna be a producer." Like him and his manager said, "We need to market you the same way rappers are marketed. We need people to see you working in the studio. We need to build your brand. We need to see people. We need to see you more. We need to see the face. We need to see you working." So now it's building the Metro Boomin brand. So now it's going to be less likely that something like this happens to him because he now has a platform to vocalize like his brand. You know what I mean? Like to verbalize shit. But also he's building his business model on top of that. You know what I mean? So I think one of the things that these producers can learn from this is, yes, you want to build your brand, you want to build your community, but you also have to build your business in equal parts. Like, you know, these cats just like, oh, yeah, he stole the motherfucking beat from me. Yeah, you know what? Hey, if he stole the motherfucking beat from you and it's yours, the first thing I would do is throw that shit on iTunes and SoundCloud as an instrumental. It would be titled the same thing as a song with instrumental in parentheses. Go ahead and eat off of that shit. Take that negative and flip it into a positive. You know what I mean?
He did that, actually.
Yeah. No, I mean, there you go.
But going off of the Metro Boomin shit, just to piggyback off of that real quick, he also built relationships. You know, he had relationships with a lot of rappers before he got popping. Also, the thing that helped him get popping is after all the grinding in the streets and stuff like that, he used to be harassing, basically, Sonny Digital. And through Sonny Digital, he met Zaytoven.
Yep.
So, you know, when you got connections like that and you're making beats with people like that and you got a good relationship like that, you know, those people have good relationships with bigger artists. So, you know, it's networking and all that shit. I'm done with that. Do you have any other thoughts on that?
Nah, I don't got nothing else really to add to that, but it looks like talk to me about French Montana, man. What's this
This
French
is very
Montana?
quick. French Montana was on the Breakfast Club. You know, and they basically asked him who produced Unforgettable, the biggest hit of his fucking career. And he said he didn't know the producer, and they asked the dudes, and he asked the dude, his manager or something in the background, yo, look up the dude's name. I want to give him his credit. You know, I don't think the name got said in the interview. I didn't watch the whole interview or nothing like that. But, you know, it's two things about that. Number one, I'm not mad about that or nothing like that because it's one of those things where I understand these dudes got beats coming in at all angles. There's no relationship between those guys and French Montana. I could say that because if there was, he would know who they are, you know, and it's just how the game goes. Like, you know, I looked up the dudes. I fuck with Toronto producers. Like, I know, like, I fuck with their whole music scene. They've worked with people I like, but I've never heard of them. It's One Mind and Jagan. You know.
Yeah. And, you know, I guess this ties back into the original point that I was making because I don't know the producer either, but this kind of like solidifies a point that I'm trying to make. Like, as a producer, your brand is important. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely,
it's important. Like, I guarantee you 110% that if this was a Metro Boomin beat, he would know it was a Metro Boomin beat. If it was a Sonny Digital beat, he would say, oh, no, Sonny Digital produced that. If it was a Just Blaze beat, he would know Just Blaze did it. So what I'm saying is producers just need to be more hands-on. You know what I mean? And you might want to be more passive as a producer. That's cool. But I think the way that the game is going now and how technology has evolved, like, you really have to develop your brand because that's what is attracting people, a lot of people in most instances, to purchase beats and get placements from you. Just the brand, you know what I mean?
It's a fact. It's a fact. But I mean, I ain't got nothing else for that, man.
All right.
Kendrick Lamar basically had an interview with Rolling Stone. I think don't quote me on that, but you can quote him on this. He said, "You can't be the best rapper if you have a ghostwriter."
Facts. Where's the lie?
I mean,
where's the lie? I mean,
it's not even really nothing to discuss with that. I mean, I agree.
I mean, we taking shots at Drake, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, shit, like, you know, you want to know what's funny? We have this discussion all the time.
Yeah.
And
he ain't saying nothing new. He ain't said nothing new.
It always goes back to Drake because we haven't had somebody who we looked at as a potential GOAT because, you know, we're going to talk about Drake later in his run, but this nigga, like, he got caught with a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
It fucks up your whole legacy.
It does.
Now, the thing about that as well is we caught one ghostwriter. We don't know if he has multiple ghostwriters. Because if it wasn't for Meek putting this shit out, this cat could still be writing for him in the shadows, getting paid, making hits, and we still would be like Drake is the best rapper.
And that's the one thing I feel like people don't give Meek enough credit for when it comes to that whole skirmish that he had with Drake. Like, on many different levels, you could argue that Meek lost that. But the one thing that he managed to deliver was an undisputable, I promise I can talk, an undisputable asterisk next to Drake's name when it comes to those GOAT conversations. You can't put GOAT and Drake in the same conversation without that asterisk because he has the ghostwriters.
But see, this is the thing. Like, when we have these conversations...
I'm sorry. Well, what I'm saying is Meek pretty much tarnished that dude's legacy. That's going to follow him forever. Easily.
He did. But when we had these conversations, some people try to say, oh, man, you know, so we just gonna throw away everything that he did. You know, the stuff before, he didn't have no ghostwriter. And some of the stuff after, he ain't had no ghostwriter. I'm like, dog, we don't know that.
Dog,
we supposed to just trust him at this point?
Dog,
like,
if we look at it like sports, right? He's motherfucking doping.
Period.
It's like, that's
period.
It. Like, you know what I mean?
If we find out he's doping at one point, like, and it's late in his career, his whole career goes out the window.
Exactly.
It's like some old, not Pete Rose, but you know what I mean, man.
Yeah, because it's like motherfucking Marion Jones. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I had to give it to track analogy, like, you know, chick was setting all sorts of records at one point in time. She had the most, like, Olympic gold medals for any female sprinter at the time. And then they found out she was doping, and they took all of that shit away from her. You know what I mean? Did she compete in those events? Absolutely. Did she get paid for those events? Absolutely. But is she heralded as like the greatest of all time? Nah. Like, that's it. Like, ghostwriting is doping, and that's cool. You're going to get out there, you're going to make your money. You know, you still going to have your runs on the billboard and all of that shit. But when it comes to the actual culture and we start talking about hip hop, like, come on, man, cut the bullshit out, cut the shenanigans. Keep that shit away from me, man. Anybody putting Drake in they top whatever don't really respect the culture enough to have a serious and informed conversation about rap.
And I love Drake music, but I agree with that 100%.
Nah, hey, I mean, we ain't lying. You know, he still makes great music, but that's just facts is facts.
So, you know, Boosie's son, you know, it was his 14th birthday, and he was talking about giving him some money and a blowjob on Instagram.
He didn't say he was gonna give him a blowjob. He said he was gonna give him
somebody
a bad bitch. Like,
give him a blowjob.
Man, come on, man. Niggas is,
or whatever. I don't know, man. I can't remember, man.
Niggas stay doing some nigga shit all the time, man. Like,
it's Busie, man. Like, you don't expect ratchet shit. Like, come on, man. Like,
the problem that I have with this is the double standard that it has, right? You know, not only is it, well, first of all, it's a kid we talking about, right? That's illegal as fuck. Like, you talking about soliciting a grown woman, I'm assuming a grown woman, to pay her to perform sexual acts on a minor. That's statutory rape. Like, bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. But the double standard that I have with this is niggas is saying shit online like, oh, well, he doing that to make sure that he ain't gay.
That is the dumbest shit I have heard. Yo, that is some ignorant shit.
They are. But see, the thing is, when you take that shit and you flip-flop it,
dumb, man.
When you take that shit and flip-flop it, and if he had a daughter and he said, yeah, you know what I mean, about to, you know, give my daughter a bag and then have a real nigga come through and blow her back out and she 14 years old, niggas would be flipping they fucking wig. Like, you can't do this shit with kids. You know what I mean? Like, you can't.
I agree 100%.
Like, I understand he was saying it's a joke, but dog, like,
it's niggas out there actually doing that.
Yeah, like, niggas need to really ease back and be responsible in some way, shape, size, or form. Like, you can joke about a lot of things, but when it come to kids, man, come on, man. You gotta scale back off of that shit.
And even then, that whole, like, gay, whatever, man. Like, I feel like, you know, don't get it twisted. If I got something, I did not break my virginity at 14, man. So if I got ass at 14, man, drastic life changing experience. But what I'm saying is, I feel like if you gonna have sex at a young age or something like that, it's got to come natural. It's got to be something you earn. It's got to be like a mutual connection or some shit
Dog.
like that. I don't feel like a parent should be forcing that on their kids.
Dog, like, keeping it a buck. The first time for everybody is always awkward as shit. You gonna fuck it up more.
Facts.
You gonna fuck it up more by adding a parent to that shit? That's just wild. Like, I want everybody to think
A parent and a prostitute, bro.
Like, I want everybody to think of their first time and just think about like your mom or your dad approaching
Just
you
being
like,
outside the room, like how
hey,
was it, son?
Hey, what you want for your birthday? You want Twisted Metal 2? All right, PlayStation, yeah. Hey, I was thinking about getting you some Toppy for your birthday. How do you feel about that? No, yeah, just weird, man. It's weird all the way around, man. I think, but even it's just his joke was crazy, and people caping and defending the joke like yo, he just doing that to make sure his son ain't gay. Like, chill. Like, that's whack to me. Like, come on, man. Like, that's buffoonery.
Yeah, it is. Also, you know, shit is just bad for Busie right now. You know, his brother, he found out I think it was Citibank or National Bank or something, whatever, man. He
Capital
thought they
One.
stole Capital One. There you go. He thought they stole $361,000 out of his account after an FBI investigation. They determined that his brother, you know, stole the money. So, you know,
Yeah, they said his brother sent the money to a whole bunch of different people and then collected it from them, like, at separate times. Like, it was just like several small transactions over the course of time, and he just went to different people. Like, he wired it to different accounts. And I think, was this done while Busie was in jail?
I don't know, man.
But either way, man, like, my thing is, like, blood is...
I don't think so. I think it was done when he was out because he was ripping and roaring.
Yeah.
On social media.
My thing is, like, blood, I'm a believer, like, the relationship me and you have, a lot of people don't know we're blood brothers. Like, you know, blood is thicker than water. Like, if you need it, all you have to do is ask for it, right? Mm-hmm. Might not be able to give you $360,000, but if I got it to spare, I might be able to give you $25,000, maybe $50,000, do something to help out. You know what I mean? But I just think the fact that his brother, even though this is all alleged and his brother's pleading innocent, like, dog, like, you had access to the money, so it's looking crazy for you right now, and the FBI just don't come and make no false accusations like that. Like, this ain't power, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he would steal that shit from his brother is
extremely foul.
That's fucking heartbreaking, man. That's fucking heartbreaking. That shit's fucking trifling. Cause it's like, it's enough niggas out here trying to get over on you and shit like that. But to steal and try and finesse your brother and just be sitting and looking at him for a whole year, like, dang, sorry about that money, bro. And just be sitting up under him acting like everything cool. That's a different type of foul, man. That's a different type of foul, man.
Speaking of a different type of foul, your man Trick Daddy Nasty and Meek Mill, you know, that whole situation, man. I know y'all seen what it was, man. And Meek Mill, you know, he said what he said, but
yeah.
the context is always important. I think he said what he was saying, like, you know,
he was saying,
as far as niggas not from Miami going to Miami to get yachts, because who wants to have a yacht in fucking New York?
Yeah, I mean, he really, I can't say what he interpreted that as or what it was that he meant, but he said it the way that he said it. Like, if it wasn't, he basically said, if it wasn't for me, people wouldn't be in Miami's on yachts partying on boats. And
I mean, if we look at somebody from Philly, yeah, that's probably right.
Will Smith, come on, man. The whole Lydia
blew
video.
My whole shit. Blew my whole
I'm
shit.
just saying, like,
yeah, he's definitely the original Philly
like,
trendsetter.
dog, I would give it to Will Smith before I give it to Meek. Like,
man, Instagram changed lives, man. It changed niggas' perspectives.
Welcome
man.
to Miami was a thing. Like,
damn, man, I forgot about that song. Oh my God, this nigga, man, you crazy. Will Smith?
Yeah,
you had that one on Deckington.
I had that in the tuck, but
man.
But nah, I mean, Trick Daddy came on and banned him, which was crazy. And
Because Meek Mill was in South Beach the next day. Like, the next day.
was he?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes.
But
Immediately, but the Chasers are undefeated, as we talked about.
oh yeah,
last night.
no. Cats don't understand. Like, y'all can talk about Meek all y'all want to, but the Chasers, the Dream Chasers, they are undefeated. They are the undisputed champions of the world right now. Let me give you a quick reason as to why I said that. They caught up and they jumped on Quentin Miller, beat him up pretty bad. They ran into Beanie Siegel, snuffed Beanie Siegel. They ran into Safari, snuffed out Safari, for lack of a better term, if you want to call it that. Like, the Chasers is with the shits.
Yeah.
So, y'all can keep talking about Meek if y'all want to, man. Like that shit's wild. But Meek hit him with some ether. Meek was like, how you gonna ban me from Florida when you couldn't even ban Zimmerman from Florida at all?
Yeah.
It was like pow, pow, pow. It's like, hey, facts. Like, if we talking about what really matter, like, it's that.
All right. Speaking of, I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna say speaking of real niggas, but I just did. Fuck it. My nigga Marshawn Lynch didn't stand for the national anthem, man. You know. Now I heard he been doing it for 11 years, man. They doing the NFL boycott. Easy as fuck for me because I don't like football.
Hey, same here.
I'm fucking 20 years ahead of you motherfuckers.
But the reason this is kind of like an important, this is coming across headlines as important and as a news topic is because people really didn't like Colin Kaepernick because he wasn't the best. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say he wasn't the best player, you know what I mean? He was good. He was average.
He didn't have a great season, and he wasn't a superstar. He's not a superstar. Marshawn Lynch is a superstar.
Yeah, people love beast mode. You know what I mean? So and he's good at what he does. So they're not just gonna get Marshawn Lynch the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean?
And they still got other people standing up, other black
sitting
players.
down,
There's one white player who, held it down.
Well, the commissioner has gone on record saying that he's not going to penalize athletes for not standing for the anthem. As a matter of fact, he challenged the fans to look at their views, research why they're protesting, and try to walk a mile in their shoes to understand why they're protesting.
Yeah, the owners ain't gonna say that shit though. The owners of the teams, they not gonna say nothing like that.
But what was crazy is that's something that a lot of people feel like it was on point, especially with the social and racial climate that we have in America right now. And they feel like it's the most presidential thing that's been said, and it hasn't come from the president.
Facts.
I mean, hey, but we'll get to that, man.
But we definitely got enough racial shit to talk about today. You already know. But Drake, we just got done talking about him. Even with all of that shit with the ghostwriting, man, my man's had an 8-year run.
430 weeks.
31.
Was it 431?
Yes. And he was on the Billboard Top 100 for that many weeks consecutive. So 2009, best I ever had came out. Nigga stayed on that shit the whole time. Yeah. So he's on fire, man. He's gonna be a legendary musician, legendary rapper. Just when it comes down to it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, when we look up 50 years from now, like how they make movies about like Cadillac records and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, 50, 60 years from now, they're going to do the same thing with Drake and the run that he had.
I'd say like 40, because, they giving biopics to motherfuckers right after they announce their retirement.
Bruh, that's too soon, man. Like, I don't want to see
NWA biopic was like less than 20 years after they disbanded.
Yeah, less than 20 years after they disbanded,
was it?
But... Nah,
it was a little bit more.
What? Because they was 1995 was when Easy died, right?
I think so, man.
So 95, like it's been about 20 years.
Yeah, so
It's been about 20 years.
They let out the Tupac shit. I did not go see that. Did you see it?
No.
I still
no, because I'm still like the biopics are hit or miss, and I feel like you just have to let enough time pass before you make one. What's going on is Hollywood is just enthralled in capturing the moment and capturing the dollar, which is why which is why you see the TLC biopic and the Aaliyah biopic and the Michael Jackson biopic and then another Michael Jackson biopic. You know what I mean? Like, dog, just let that shit simmer. Let that shit cook. Tell the story to the next generation. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean the generation after me. You know what I mean? Like, let a couple years pass. Because it's like, I done lived through Drake shit. You know what I mean? I lived through TLC shit.
I think 20 years is long enough. 30 max. Because nobody's, like, you know, the Cadillac records and all that shit, that's cool because we're so far gone from it.
Yeah.
All them people in that movie is dead as hell.
Dog, I'm going to say this. Like, I think more time needs to pass than 20 years because the only biopic that I seen that really was dope was the Straight Outta Compton
Can't
biopic.
wait till R. Kelly biopic, by the way.
But the reason that was dope was because the story is so far removed that you could tell, like, you know what? Yes, they were influential for these reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're just giving biopics to niggas and the legacy doesn't have enough time to measure up to the amount of time that has passed. You know what I mean? Like, fucking TLC. You know what I mean? I think they were a really good R&B group, but as far as like a biopic, like I don't think that they were that worthy. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you 100%.
You know what I mean? Like that's just me. You know what I mean? Cadillac Records. I wasn't alive at all during the 50s. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know dick for shit about a lot of those people, but I knew a lot about Etta James and how the game went. So it just did that much more for me just taking a look 50, 60 years, 70 years after the fact.
It wasn't no fucking 70 years. But.
Yeah, you know, I'm just throwing numbers out there. But, you know, 50 years after the fact.
Ain't about to make no
but
Charlie. Go ahead.
The point I'm trying to make is I'm looking at it 50 years after the fact and how some of these people's legacy stood up. And I'm like, I respect that. You know what I mean? Some of these people, like, they doing biopics for them. Like the Aaliyah biopic they just didn't have any licensing to the rights to the music. It was horrible. It was just a money grab. And that's what I feel like a lot of these is. Like, a lot of them is just quick money grabs for Hollywood, and it's about the dollar. It's not about the legacy for the person.
I feel you 100%.
All right.
100%.
I'll step back, man. You know, I'll step back because, you know, that's getting a little carried away, man. But congratulations to Drake. But you know,
I mean, this is a conversation. This is a forum for us to have.
This is a forum for an open debate and conversation.
Wings.
We gotta have we really have to have the conversations with the other. Like,
man, Kyrie leaving the Cavs. You know, of course you know that. Of course you know he doesn't get along. He said he doesn't get along with LeBron. LeBron's done subtweets and all this shit. You know the teams that he wants to go to. I don't know if we talked about this because a lot has been developing. Cavs fans is mad at the nigga, of course, for no reason. You know, Cleveland, I ain't even going to get into that, man. All I'm going to say is, as far as the Cavs shit with Kyrie leaving, like, just let the nigga leave, man. Just let the nigga leave, you know, get somebody else. You know, LeBron is leaving in a year anyway. When the offseason starts, and y'all not even a month after y'all lost, and this nigga has his manager calling LA saying, yo, we like what y'all doing out there. Like,
fam, I said, like, I want to say I said
like, this nigga is not loyal, but at the same time, City of Cleveland ain't loyal either. Shit.
Fam, this is what I'm trying to say.
Neither is Dan Gilbert.
I said this a couple podcasts back. I'm not a basketball fan. I don't watch the NBA. I'm not no hot take sports insider or nothing like that. But I can promise you he's going to go to LA. I can promise you that. The reason
everybody can see that.
The reason he's going to LA don't got shit to do with basketball. He's raising his son out there. He's going to be with his family. He wants to be with his family. That's the reason he's going to go to LA. He's not raising his family in Cleveland. That's it.
I could feel you on that. I'll also say, just just like if we say that's at the top of the pyramid, everything under the pyramid is so lovely. And even then, you got a bunch of other people going for free agency next year.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to align in LA because LA has that cap space. And LA is looking to create another, Build-A-Bear dynasty, because, LeBron has made it this league. And Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. But before that, LeBron went to Miami. And these free agency moves fuck shit up.
Yeah.
But the Warriors are such a dominant team. Nobody's beating them next year. So just chalk it up.
Nah.
Just chalk it up. I don't even want to watch not one fucking game. We could see how motherfuckers develop and shit like that, but the Warriors got it next year. Hands down, period. I put it on paper, stamp it. They shouldn't have lost the year before, but I'm done with that.
Nah, I respect it, man. I think I'm going to get me a BBB shirt. I've been thinking about it.
Man, for what? $500?
Nah, I'm going to check. As long as it's reasonably priced, I'm going to support some black business. You know what I mean?
I feel it, man. I'll buy some shit when they bring that price down because we in poverty. I feel the same way about I feel the same way about motherfucking Billionaire Boys Club and Bait because I grew up loving that shit. I was like, once I started getting money, I'm gonna cop that shit. Started getting money, looked at the shit like, dog, this is damn near one whole check for me.
Yeah, no.
$500 for a jacket with a mouth on it? Fuck you. And y'all advertise it to niggas. This ain't Louis Vuitton that's advertising motherfucking white, gay, rich fashion motherfuckers in Paris.
Ain't it a Japanese brand? Like, I thought it was a
is.
Japanese street brand. Like, it's like for hype beasts in Japan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Don't get it twisted. But it's hip hop related. Like
I couldn't see myself walking into a room with some ice creams on in 2017 and that going so well for my status. Like, I think I would get the shit roasted out of me. Like,
well, I mean, ice creams. I think ice creams is their own thing. I don't think that's a BBC thing.
I don't even think Pharrell wear those no more.
Nah,
you see these ice cubes.
Nah,
you see these ice creams.
I think they skateboard shoes, so it's like that type of culture, man. But skateboard culture is dope as fuck.
I just don't see somebody going, "Whoa, dude, are those the ice cream 11s?" Like,
niggas see me and they say I dress like Tyler the Creator. It should be crazy.
Yeah, they only say that because you dark. They only say that because you dark skinned, man. You don't dress nothing like Tyler.
I just don't dress nothing like niggas, for real. But, I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't wear designer belts.
You listen to his album, man. I didn't get a chance to
his album is pretty cool. Tyler, the Creator album is pretty cool. I forget the song. It's Mr. Lonely or something like that. He uses the same chords as Put It in a Box, Amy Winehouse, which the chords are very distinct. I've never heard another song with those chords. And if there is another song, it's disguised more cleverly.
Yeah.
It's just like his shit is a straight, like he downloaded the MIDI for the song and then plugged in his own sounds and stuff. But at the same time, the production is good. It's better than Cherry Bomb. It's a good listen.
I mean,
and it's gay.
So I think anything is better than Cherry Bomb. Like, I like how you just threw that in there. It's better than Cherry Bomb and it's gay.
Gotta let you know what you're getting into. But more Drake shit. Drake is just, man, like Tory Lanez, OVO Fest linked up with Drake. They squashed the beef. Seen it coming from a mile away because if no real diss tracks is getting made and y'all both from the same city, like,
I need you to help me out real quick because I know you about to go on a rant, but I need to know something real quick. I don't know the difference between Tory Lanez and Bryson Tiller. Which one has the hairline? Which one doesn't?
Bryson Tiller, you never seen his head.
Okay.
That nigga stays with a dad hat. Tory Lanez, no hairline.
Okay.
But he's got money.
So the cat, okay. That's Daystar? That's not Daystar.
That's Daystar. You wasn't Daystar. Okay. Nigga made the line about him. Also,
this is Wild Thoughts, nigga, right? No, he's not on that.
I'm about to hit you. Because that's Bryson Tiller. And
I
you
don't
know that's Bryson Tiller.
No, I don't, man. Like, dog, I don't know
dog, you don't gotta know the voice or nothing.
I
you
don't
know
listen to
the
the
name.
Dog,
like nobody has said. Matter of fact, he has a Wild Thoughts remix, so I'll back off on you.
I just
Tory Lanez has a Wild Thoughts remix.
Thank you.
So I back off.
All right. I didn't mean, but you were talking about how they squashed the beef.
But Tory Lanez can't hoop either. Tory Lanez hoops funny. He got his ass
They-
busted
they-
by
that's the thing, it
Quavo
fucks me
and
up.
Jacquees. You want to know what's funny? Because you're talking about them two, Bryson Tiller and this nigga being
They
the same
basically
person.
the same nigga.
But Quavo and Jacquees always, they say them niggas is like clones. They look like each other.
Mm-hmm.
They balled on Tory Lanez the same. The same. It was sad. Man, like, damn.
But
shit
Quavo
be
was
great.
like the quintessential like hip hop athlete. Like they said, like this cat played ball in high school.
Dog, you
and
know how many...
It looks like he's still pretty good.
My nigga Davies hoop with Kevin Durant. He's a baller. 2 Chainz hoop. I think he hooped for college. It's so many niggas. Game is always in a Drew League with actual NBA players balling. Chris Brown can, but it's so many athletic rappers. Bow Wow thinks he can hoop. He got dusted by Kobe.
I mean, but he made like Mike, so that counts.
Anyways, yeah, it's good that these niggas linked up. It's good that these niggas linked up. I would love to be in a celebrity all-star game 5 years ago before Kevin Hart got his hands on it and it became a comedy show.
That's all it is now, man.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to hoop with them niggas. I would rather really hoop in a Drew League, but even then,
shout out to brother Cy who got to hoop with Nelly. Like,
Cy
Hart.
First off, shout out to A Wise Way.
Yeah.
Second, I actually got the shirt on right now.
Swagged out.
That's crazy.
Too much
Check my mans
sauce.
out.
Dripping.
What is it? It's a growing to greatness, man. And he gonna be doing a bike ride. I don't think we ever mentioned that on here, man.
Let's talk about it.
He's gonna be doing a bike ride to pretty much bring awareness to a lot of issues the kids face, like abuse and things like that, broken homes. So he's got a GoFundMe. We've posted it before. He may have a documentary about it. It's going to get mad news coverage. He's got a few people who are going to ride with him, but it's not just a normal bike ride. Yeah. My nigga is riding a pedal bicycle from L.A., California to Massillon, Ohio. That is wild. So crazy discipline. My man is eating good. I talk to him on a regular basis. It's going to be crazy.
One of the things that cats got to understand is Cy got a Humanitarian of the Year award, a couple years back. Like, he's really engaged in the community and really focused on making a positive impact on whatever community he's in, whether it be out in Hollywood or in LA or whether it be in Massillon. Just all around a good stand-up dude. And I would recommend, if you guys are looking for something to support or someone to support or a mission statement to get behind, we'll leave a link to it in the show description so you guys can check it out. But, again, shout out. He also met Dick Gregory before he died. You know what I mean? So just a good...
Rest in peace, Dick Gregory.
Yeah.
I did a book report on him when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, rip Dick Gregory. But, shout outs to Cy, all around good dude, man. Cat's like a brother to us. I'm happy to see he's out here doing his own thing. I think he's authored 3 or 4 books, you know what I mean? So, it's good to see, the young brother out here doing his thing and making a difference and impacting the world in such a positive way, man. Shout outs to Cy.
Absolutely. So, we finna wrap up we got 2 more quick hits. Bobby Valentino, tranny danger, tranny danger, tranny danger. Got caught with a tranny, she told the nigga slow down. That was funny.
Somebody said Bobby Valentino is about to go and get some wee like a cop.
And she gonna hurt my balls. Man, listen.
Above the law.
I mean, I would, does this really come as a surprise?
Nah, because he's...
No disrespect, but, it's disrespectful. Fuck it.
Nah, I mean, it's him, man. He's well documented into doing this stuff. And you know what, man? If it's you, it's you.
It's 2017. We very accepting, man. I don't know if your family is accepting, but the public is very accepting, man.
Yeah, man. Like, look, dog. Like, it's
man maws out here.
Yeah,
so,
man. You don't gotta lie, man. Like, if that's your thing, man.
You get a bravery medal.
I try and be extra sensitive when it comes to that shit because, you know what I mean. Like, you can't. You know what I mean? It's growth in me as a person. You know what I mean? You can't be running around here just yelling at people, calling them all sorts of like names that are like transphobic or homophobic and shit like that.
I'm not at that point yet. I will call a chick a tranny if you know we having issues. You know.
But nah, I mean, you know, it's him, man. He's well documented in doing this stuff, and you know, I believe that, you know, he was there, and you know, the thing that he should have did was he just should have paid her, man. Like that's, come on, like, whether she was transgender, transsexual, whatever or not, like, nigga, you don't, like, even if it was just a woman, like a regular woman, like, my nigga, like, pay the bitch. Pay the bitch. That's it. All you had to do was pay.
Dog, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he came and
he was there for some sexual shit, like he found her on Craigslist.
I mean, that's what we're told, but we haven't heard his side of the story, man. It's always three sides to a story.
Man, they said that chick, his PR team let out a statement saying that chick was extorting him or some crazy shit like that. But we ain't seen no legal action taken to support that. And it's been several weeks.
And this is the thing, man. You know, I don't care if you gay. Like, I just don't.
I don't. Hey, that's your thing.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
You know, you can put on Tyler, the Creator's album, have a good old time.
Yeah, man, just gay as hell. But Lil Yachty said the XXL freshman bullshitted the cypher, and I'm just going to say this, man. He's right. That's number one. Number two, he actually wrote his shit for the cypher, so he came prepared. Number three, even though niggas is like, Yachty is butt, I love this because it gives me hope that, man, this nigga, even though he might be butt, two things about him. Number one, he has a standard. That's number one, and he wants to live up to that standard. Number two, he cares about the craft on some level.
Dog.
Some level.
Like the fact that, first of all, let's keep it a buck. When it comes to hip hop, when it comes to rap, right? The reason this statement that he made is so polarizing is because he's the poster child for whack rap right now.
Really? The what?
I'm not no Trinidad James.
Yo, that's silly.
I'm Trinidad James. Like, he's Trinidad James right now is what people look at him. So for him to step up and be like, yo, I know y'all don't like me, but that shit over there, them niggas fucking, like, dog, like, that shit, they was fucking up. I don't know what that was, but they bullshitted. And the crazy part is he's 100% right. Like, this, by far, and I know I, like, dog, like, the ciphers was the worst ciphers I've seen from any XXL freshman class ever. We might have to do an episode where we go through, we talk about some of the best freshman classes. We may need to do one where we talk about the absolute worst, because I feel like this one that just happened, rock bottom.
I don't know about that so much, but the ciphers?
Yeah, I'm talking
absolutely the worst.
I'm talking specifically the ciphers.
Absolutely the worst. Every cipher has had some redeemable shit.
Yeah, every one of them.
Even this one has some redeemable shit with Elmine and
Kamaya.
No.
Washing my ass in the bath, reading the book, The Grown Finesse.
Yes! Yes, I love that line. I love that line. That made me want to download some of her music.
The Grown Finesse.
Man, she homegirl material. She just,
it's like, God. Yo, Kamaya, you cool as fuck. Yo, you cool as fuck. Like,
man.
Like a chick that you would just like friend zone for like ever. Like, you just like.
Nah, but it'd be funny because, like, you know, she cool and she cool with like half the city, but she got a dude. Like, you know, she got a dude. She not cheating. They a good couple. They cool and they fly and they wear their little swishy jackets together and shit.
they just relationship goals.
They wear Nike swishy jackets with the Nike shoes that match with the Nike everything in a Dolphins hat. They got the same.
Got the matching do-rags.
Y'all going everywhere dressed the same. It's just a Tuesday. Like, this is them on Tuesday.
Wearing Fat Farms with the matching laces.
Untied. Laces stuck.
Shell toes.
Fat boy laces.
Oh, man. Smoking the same blunt.
Oh, yeah. I'm done with that, man. You got anything else?
Man, that's it, man.
All right, time for the main topic, man. Charlottesville, man.
Man.
You know what happened. I'm not even going to elaborate on what happened. We just going to get into how we feel about it. You know,
First of all, yeah. I mean, Charlottesville, 2017. You know, it's been tough for minorities in this country for a long time, hundreds of years. My thoughts and prayers go out to the citizens, the good citizens of Charlottesville that were negatively impacted by the Nazis coming in and having a hate riot and a hate assembly in their town. You know what I mean? Like, this shit was absolute fucking trash. You know what I mean? And I understand that it's not a representation of the city of Charlottesville because a lot of
they was against that shit.
The mayor stepped up.
Man, listen.
It spoke proudly against that, which, you got to denounce shit like that unless you're Donald Trump. We'll get to that later.
Ooh, why did I not have that in the show notes?
Wow. Oh, nah, dog. I'm cooking. I'm cooking,
hey, man,
dog.
Bake it up. Grill it.
But, I understand that these are essentially an assembly of bad crackers. And when I say bad crackers, understand that I'm specifically talking about Klansmen, Nazis, neo-Nazis,
Cheez-Its.
white supremacists. I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking specifically about bad crackers. That's what I'm going to have to refer to them as. But it was an assembly of bad crackers from all over the United States.
Live. You might hear something for a second.
Okay. But they just assembled and decided to wreak havoc and terrorize people. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that, the country is, the government is handling this group as they are handling them in 2017, and somebody even lost their life. You know what I mean? They ran over a woman and killed a woman. The woman's gone. You know what I mean? Like, they beat people up, ran through the streets, and these cats came strapped with guns and marched with rifles and shit like that. But, the other side of that is, Colin Kaepernick sits the fuck down and doesn't do anything, and then all of a sudden he's the worst motherfucker on the earth. But these niggas,
it shows you. It shows you the character of some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That they get so upset about Colin Kaepernick, but ain't got shit to say when this shit is going on.
Oh, no.
They know better than to make excuses for it, so they just fall all the way the fuck
Silence
back.
is a cosign. Silence is a cosign,
Yeah.
flat out. Like, this is not something like you can take a gray area stance on. This is slightly different from when you seen like a Michael Brown or a Trayvon Martin. And I'll tell you why. Not saying it's right, but some people look at cops as a form of safety. So it's really difficult for them to come out of their shell and say, but but they're cops. Like, they wouldn't do anything unprovoked. This is not that. This is not that at all. You can't take that Blue Lives Matter, stance on this. You can't take that.
There's no silver lining.
Yeah, there's no silver lining. We're talking about Nazis. We're talking about people that want to destroy the order of America. We're talking about people that are marching through the streets like, we will kill these motherfuckers if we have to.
I'll say this, man. Because,
Motherfucking rifles? Marching with motherfucking rifles, my nigga?
Yeah, niggas couldn't do that. Niggas would be beat. They did
Niggas
a lot.
got mad at Beyonce for her Black Panther performance at the Super Bowl. And there was no guns there.
There you go. Now, it's a lot that happened, man. I'm going to touch on a few things, man. What better way to celebrate white supremacy by, involving another culture with the tiki torches, I don't understand where the fuck that came from.
Yeah, nah.
Even the Tiki Torch company,
was
fucking let out an apology. Like, that's funny.
Like, yeah, we got to pull our shit from Lowe's. Like,
the shit is disgusting. You mentioned, the city not being down with it and stuff like that. It's so many things I could talk about just with that. The one thing I'm going to talk about first is the guy who set that shit up,
Yeah.
you know, he pretty much came out to have a press conference the next day. And white people was not feeling that shit, man.
Dog,
they
like,
whooped on that motherfucker, man.
they have to, because this is what I'm saying. Like, it's got to be that, because we're not talking about...
This is not the subtle shit. This is strong arm.
We're not talking politics.
Racism, like guerrilla racism.
Yeah, we're not talking politics. We're not talking freedom of speech. We're talking about a hate group. We're
terrorists.
It's a terror cell. It's specific. They are just as much of a threat to this country as ISIS is.
That's a fact.
And why the government doesn't treat them as that, like, I feel like personally, like, what these cats are doing, they're in the same lane as ISIS. All of them should be hauled off to Gitmo. All of them should be hauled off to Guantanamo Bay and held there accordingly. Because this shit is fucking wild. Like, the Nazi swastika, like, my nigga, are you fucking serious? That shit is so, like, these cats try and talk about how much of a patriot they are and patriotism. That's the most un-American thing that you could possibly fucking represent, is a fucking Nazi, the swastika. Like, come on, my nigga. Like, the shit is just so fucking frustrating from the standpoint of, like, y'all bitches just don't get it.
Y'all don't. And this is another thing, you know, because you mentioned, like, you know, we brought up the whole terrorist thing, man. I was on somebody, you know, when you got white friends on your Facebook, man, you know, you'll be on, all of the white people on my shit is cool, but all of their friends aren't cool, you know.
Yeah.
They're going to have a lot of, like, a wide range of types of white people. He was debating with two people after he was talking about the Trump shit, and they were basically trying to defend motherfuckers' right to have freedom of speech without violence. And this is the thing, you know, when you are having a violent message, when you have a history of, when the shit you're in alignment with, as far as neo-Nazis, aren't they responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing and shit?
I
think so.
I can't speak to that 100%.
You know, either that or skinheads, because it wasn't KKK. Mm-hmm. It's one or the other. But it was white supremacy that did that. Also, I think it was skinheads, because both of the dudes was bald. But, you know, so neo-Nazi got a history of killing and shit and hate crimes and things of that nature. They even got gangs formed in prisons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You also have the KKK legendary motherfucking hate group. You know, his responsible for a lot of lynchings and things of that nature. You know, these are domestic fucking terrorists.
Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, yeah.
So, you know, we want to be on ISIS and all this shit just because they're not from here and things of that nature. But what it comes down to is, when you align yourself with this shit, this type of energy, and you're coming out with rifles and you're talking about they beat up a black dude, you know, in a parking garage and shit like that, had him leaking and shit.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know, it's a lot of shit going on. So let's not make it like motherfuckers was going out there just to attack them. They brought that energy to the table first.
I'll say that.
That's number one.
Right.
And number two, we're like, dog, your whole citizenship, all of that shit goes out the window to me when you begin to become a threat to the people, as far as the citizens and things of that nature.
Yeah.
As far as your organization and shit like that.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Go
the
ahead.
Black Panthers, they disbanded them like off of nothing, basically. Just the president pushed a button on that.
Yeah.
The president, and I think either the FBI or the CIA or whatever, they pushed the button on that. They shut that shit all the way the fuck down. Got them out of here. Why? Because they used the media to paint a picture of them that wasn't really authentic. And, you know, they did a lot of good things for the community. It wasn't about hate or nothing like that. And they still shut them down. Yet the KKK existed before that, still exists after that. We had Barack Obama in office, and they made it through the whole time. Racist motherfuckers even had death threats on Twitter and stuff for them and shit like that. So it's like, you know.
To the freedom of speech comment, I'll say this, man. Like, if Al-Qaeda or ISIS or some other similar group that represents terror in America, right? If they had some United States American citizens who joined their group, and then they were like, hey, we're going to have a rally for ISIS in New York. What do you think the response would be? They would shut that shit down, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even it wouldn't even happen. It wouldn't even happen. It's a terrorist organization. So, you know, when we talk about these cats, they talk about the freedom of speech, you know, it has to go both ways. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit here and say, oh, well, these guys are cool and these guys aren't cool. These guys aren't cool because they're terrorists. These guys are also terrorists, but they're cool. You can't do that. Like, this is terror talk. This is terror speak. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. White supremacy runs everything, and that's why they're able to exist. Now, you have other white people, like the people in Charlottesville. You got a lot of them. You know, some of them think, because we'll be talking about this shit in discussions, and they'll be like, man, the KKK don't even exist. They don't even get down like that and stuff like that.
Because it doesn't impact them. It doesn't affect them.
Exactly. And they don't see the shit all the time, but this is some shit you can't run away from.
Right. That's exactly that.
So it's in their face.
These people are coming to realize that these are your neighbors. These are your coworkers. These are your cousins.
Cats
these are your
was
brothers.
losing jobs.
These are your friends.
These cats coming from North Dakota all the way down to Virginia, coming from Utah all the way down to from Portland all the way down to Virginia, going back home, jobs lost.
But you know, the other part of that conversation is some of them ain't lose their job. Some of them went back and actually had a job. So it's okay for us to seek like temporary solace and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, you know, you bumfuck so and so lost his job at Top Dog. He can't make hot dogs anymore. Yeah, but you know, somebody is still
I don't think he's flying from Portland with Top Dog money, but go ahead.
He probably drove down there in a truck, but in a dog and a gun. But
he's a good old boy.
But some of the big old town. But you know, some of them went back to their jobs, and some of them are the people that have the potential to hire people. You know what I mean? And that's the disparaging part. Now, y'all's president, because he's not mine, Donald Trump, sat there and basically said that we got to hear both sides. It was bad on both sides.
This nigga brought up some shit I never heard of, like fucking artificial sweetener name, a Teefta or something like that.
Nah, man, this cat.
He said the alt-left, because you know the alt-right is like the white supremacy shit. He said the alt-left. I'm like, I've never heard alt-left used in my life. You just made that up on the spot today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, y'all running with it.
See, this is the thing that people got to remember about Trump, man. Like, during his presidential run, it was revealed that his father was a well-known and highly decorated Klansman.
I would have to check that on Snopes.
Nah, dog, that's real. Like, the nigga got arrested at a Klan rally in New York in 1920.
That's his grandfather.
Either way, man. He comes from a family that believes that they are, you know, that subscribes to those beliefs.
Oh, yeah, come on, man.
So you think that in the face of this, like, this is the stuff that he
didn't denounce David Duke. Like,
no, he didn't. He's not gonna denounce this. And it's like what the fuck has to happen for y'all to want to get him the fuck up out of here? Like, this cat's like, Bill Clinton lied once.
And they on his ass.
And everybody wanted to get him the fuck out of here. This dude tells an uncountable number of lies before 9 a.m. just via Twitter alone.
Dog.
Every day.
It's a lot of people that want him out, but my thing is, how do you make excuses for this motherfucker? Like, you gotta be an extremely dumb, hard-headed, hateful motherfucker to make excuses for this dude.
Yeah, nah, dog, like, this is the thing. Like, this entire situation, this isn't a situation where you got to sit back and like, oh, well, you know, got to hear both sides. Let me get all the facts first. Not really sure what happened, but let me get all, like, no, we're talking about Nazis.
Hate groups.
Yeah, we're talking about Nazis, my G. Well documented. We know what their history is.
Teefta or whatever the fuck name, like, dog. I've never heard of them, so I'm not going to try and defend them. I tried to read about them and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, this is not
Black Lives Matter was not present at that shit.
Nah. Not at all, man. And these cats is just it's ridiculous. Like there's no gray area. Like you can't sit on the outside watching this specific situation and not sound off. You literally, it's now to a point where you have to pick a side because silence is a cosign. You know, Lady Gaga tweeted some shit like to our black community that we love so much. Like, what is it that we can do to help and make sure that, you know, we're moving in the right direction? Some crazy shit like that. But it's like, bitch, what the fuck you think we've been marching for? What the fuck you think the protests have been for?
See,
like we've been saying,
all...
this is the thing. No, the thing is, we've been saying the same shit. Motherfuckers ain't been listening. And that's why I'm frustrated in 2017. I'm just getting tired of the shit. Because how the fuck do you be like, what the fuck is it that we can do to help? Bitch, what the fuck we been marching and protesting for? You only pay attention to shit when it suits you. That's it. It's well documented what the fuck black people have been marching for and protesting for. So the fact that that's even a question is fucking illiterate.
Dog,
you know what I mean?
If we talking about this right here, you know, systemic racism is gonna exist as long as there are white people in power. It's not gonna go anywhere. But if we talking about legal genocide, no, not legal genocide, but just genocide and things of that nature, anybody in alignment with that, you gotta shut that shit down. These motherfuckers.
You're talking specifically about like the Nazis and shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly what I'm like, dog. Because I could tell you like, oh man, we need to do this and this and this with the police system. Y'all not gonna do that. If the most that Obama could do during his motherfucking presidency was get the body cam, Trump, like, we're not making no progress for the next 4 years.
He's
Trump is
trying
in office.
He's trying to literally undo everything that was just done within the past 8 years.
The man said at a rally for police or whatever the fuck,
he won't even sleep in the same bed that Barack Obama slept in. Like he don't stay in the White House.
The nigga said, you know, when y'all arresting, Trump said, when y'all arresting these dudes, you know, these thugs, you know how you push your head down under the car door, you know, just forget the hand, just push him in there. And it's like he's encouraging police brutality. The president is encouraging police, so we can't really get too much leverage on that, because when we have conversations with a lot of, you know, racists, and even then you'll have some niggas who just still be on a Uncle Tom, he should have complied shit. You know, we can't cover too much ground on that. That's a harder battle to fight. But this shit right here, y'all should not be allowing this shit to even fucking exist. The KKK should not exist. The neo-Nazi should not fucking exist.
Not at all. And when we say, that's really, at the end of the day, like, the frustrating part about this government is that, you know, of course, in America, yeah, I'll admit we have a lot of nice things. We're not far off. But the fact that a terror group, a domestic terror group, a domestic terror cell is allowed to exist and walk this country freely with no they're not even hiding their faces anymore. They're not even putting the sheets on.
They just came out barefaced. And like, a lot of them is bitches, man. The one dude who's getting death threats, he was on he was talking about, we'll kill him if we have to. And he's crying about getting death threats on webcam, like literal tears, sounding like a fucking bitch who just spilled her Starbucks on her motherfucking blouse and her card won't work. He was sounding like that. Then you got another dude at the rally who ended up, you know, surrounded by people. He took off his motherfucking shirt, said, "I'm not a white supremacist. I'm not like that." Like, why did you come down? I thought it would be fun. I just thought it would be fun. And it's like, these dudes is hoes. They only operate like violently when they're outnumbering motherfuckers. I know hood niggas, gangster niggas, when you put them in tight situations, they not folding. They thorough.
You can't.
They thorough. But these motherfuckers ain't bout shit. They soft. They
only go places where people agree with them.
You think Dylan Roof would have did that shit he did? I know he's still a white supremacist, and this a bit off topic, but do you think Dylan Roof would have did the shit he did barehanded? Do you think he would be out here beating up motherfuckers? Do you think he would even be out? Do you think he would
No.
even go into church stabbing motherfuckers? No, because
Nah.
he's soft. Beat the shit out of that.
He went to a
motherfucker.
church, you know what I mean? So I mean,
There you go.
I mean, you know,
Cowards.
End of the
Cowards.
day, man, these cats is soft. These cats is bitches, man. And you know, there's no redeeming qualities about this, man. Like you gotta. I'm not saying, you know. Nah, man, fuck it. There's no redeeming quality about these cats. You have to pick a side, and silence is a cosign. You know, you want to know what it is that you can do to have an impact. You got to denounce these cats. You got to verbally denounce this shit, because it's to a point now where if you're sitting back and you're like, you know, I mean, freedom of speech, this, that, and the third, like, you're enabling this fuck shit. Like, they're not about improving the establishment. They are simply about the destruction and uprooting of America. That's
Me and you was talking about Trump getting impeached and shit.
Yeah.
And you said, because I said, oh, they going to have him out soon. You was like, nah, they going to wait until the Senate revotes or something like that. Or something. What was
midterms?
When is that?
2018.
Okay, yeah. So that's quite a while that we got to endure. But I hope they really motherfucking push the pedal on that shit. Get this nigga's whole administration out of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the FBI got to get on that shit.
Nah, I mean, you know, that's the only thing that's really gonna happen. Like, I predicted it a couple podcasts back, but you know, they're gonna let him cook. They're gonna let him cook, and he's in there, you know. But what's gonna happen is these career politicians are gonna be up for re-election in 2018, and when they get on their campaign trail and they're kissing babies and shaking hands, one of the big things they're gonna have to do is denounce Donald Trump, because he has not been arguably a progressive leader in coming through on the things that he promised. So, you know, they're going to have to pretty much denounce him and just say, hey, we're going to try and get him the fuck up out of here.
Bro, the way this nigga was talking to North Korea, I do not want this nigga in office. Like, I never did, but that shit, I was like, I knew this was going to happen, so it's not surprising. It's just upsetting at the same time. Like, you know, you could know some shit is about to happen and still get upset when it does.
Kim Jong-un, you don't want smoke, bitch. Pull up.
Basically,
I'm
like,
America. I'm good in every hood.
That nigga said, man,
More
these
tune for
niggas
your
better
head
not,
top.
This nigga said, yo, these niggas better not say shit else or
Smacking fire out their body.
You know, I'm pulling up on their house tonight. Them niggas said, oh, you gonna pull up? We know where your mom's, not even your mom, because Guam is not like, oh, man, we know your cousin. We'll shoot your cousin right now. You said don't make no more threats. We'll shoot your cousin. What's up?
Yo, chill.
Nigga, what's up?
Chill, B. Chill.
So,
like, that North Korea was straight up like, oh, word, fuck me.
in
Fuck me?
hours, they didn't even wait. They didn't even wait. All Korea does is talk shit, and you gonna tell them not to talk shit? Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to push that button, man. Come on, man.
Oh, fuck me.
This nigga has no finesse. Like, I forget what book I had from this nigga, man. I got like 2 books from this nigga. It makes me want to go back and reread them, because I now have this different vision of Donald Trump. And it's like, okay, this nigga's a millionaire because he knows how to finesse and move. I'm like, this nigga's an idiot. So I got to read this like
No, I mean,
different scope.
I've read both of those books. I think you're talking about the book on negotiation and the book about Think Big and Kick Ass. And
Yeah.
he makes it very clear in those books that he doesn't respect
He has
America.
a book with Robert Kiyosaki that I have.
He doesn't respect American politics at all. Like, he doesn't.
He evades tax.
He doesn't.
They put a nigga in the White House who evades tax, and then he got on somebody else for evading tax recently, but it's so much shit. That nigga's a reality show within himself. It's crazy, man.
Nah, he's a horrible, horrible man, and I can't wait until they get him the fuck up out of here. But like I said, they're gonna let him cook a little bit longer, man, because right now it's the climate of the government doesn't really, like, nobody's really in jeopardy of not having a seat in the Senate or not having a seat in Congress because of where they are. You know what I mean? Like, no one's really in jeopardy of losing their job. So they sitting comfortable, they collecting they check, they doing whatever it is the fuck they want to do. But when they start to get on this campaign trail, you're going to see a lot of these congressmen change they shit up. they gonna change they shit up and people is gonna be beating the drum like we gotta get him the fuck up out of here because you know who didn't run over that bitch in Charlottesville? Hillary's emails. That's it. And I did. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. I apologize, man. We might have to cut that, but I'm on one. So
I understand, man. Heat of the moment.
Man,
rest in peace.
Rip.
Speaking of rest in peace, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched Power this week.
Oh shit, we ain't talked about Power yet. I thought we was wrapping up.
Nah, I put that as the what you're watching segment.
God damn. Yeah, Power got good, man.
Yeah, I mean
Rip Raina.
Where do I start, man? Nobody cares about Tasha's relationship. Nobody cares about Tommy and his dad. Nobody cares about that.
I mean, the big
Dre fucked the pack up viciously, like a dickhead.
Dre's out here just. Dre gonna get killed.
Oh,
it's just it's a matter of time.
You know, the fact that Ghost prevails. We was talking about this before we got on. Like Ghost got lucky a few times in this season, and it really don't work like that in the streets. You don't have that much luck in real life. Niggas die when they make these types of mistakes.
Ghost is the dumbest criminal on TV, and I strongly encourage cats that are living that type of lifestyle to not
take notes and be like, yo, what this nigga is doing, don't do it.
Don't be that cat.
You know what?
Don't be that
It might not be a good idea to have a club at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Yeah,
it's good to do background checks on bitches before you really get to fucking with them.
Yeah, maybe you just want to stay low. You know what I mean? Just stay low. Like right now, Ghost is the equivalent of not George Lucas. What was the nigga's name? Frank Lucas. God damn it. Frank Lucas wearing the furs to the fight, man. Like, he just... Come on, man. Like, y'all know, stay low, keep it low. But look, check it out. The things we do kind of have to touch base on, so we get to kind of see what Tasha's mindset was this episode, right?
Oh, man, this nigga.
I mean, keeping it short, sweet. You know, she's checked out of the relationship. We knew they was checked out for a long while. She's waiting for Ghost to get that deal, which he did land. You know what I mean? Like, Lorenzo Tate made sure Ghost got that money.
They called this nigga's last name Tate in the motherfucking show. I'm like, y'all niggas so lazy.
Hey, man, you know, it's 50. What you gonna do, man? But so we know Tasha is just waiting for that money to fall through so she can leave and go away with her lame nigga and live happily ever after. But and Tommy is all out here by himself, and it looks like he's gonna manipulate his dad into meeting his Sicilian family. And that's about to be deadly because you know Tommy is ready to wage war on everybody. Like,
nigga gonna get somebody shot over a plate of pasta. The gabagool.
It's leaking from my chest here.
What is it gonna take to get a Band-Aid around here?
Hey, that's motherfucking
meat sauce.
Frankie Sinatra, yeah. But
Jimmy Fingers.
But that's gonna be crazy. I really want to see how that goes because an all-out war between the Jimenez and the Sicilians, that's gonna make for good, compelling TV.
Tommy is a horrible actor. TARIQ is a horrible actor. The little sister has got a future. Raina, she's got a future.
She was the best one. Listen, I was talking to my wife about that shit. You seen last season, TARIQ was getting into all that trouble. You didn't see the girl once. Before that, she was a violin prodigy. Like, she was a shining star. And then season 3, they just wrote her out. They brought her back this season to build her up just to kill her off. And that pissed me off.
Yo, she's a kid. So it's only so much ability she's gonna have, but she's a better actor than TARIQ. TARIQ plays a dumb character and he acts dumb. So it's like it might be good, but it just don't come off.
TARIQ been playing the same role since he was 8 years old.
Dog.
Like, I done seen all of those movies he was in. He was like, "You mean to tell me this your gun?
Dog,
you mean to tell me you shot my sister?"
This cat is just like he just make all as a character. He makes all the dumb moves.
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like, damn, I know you grew up in like school and shit like that, but this shit right here, especially with the no snitching shit, I don't know if he knew his bitch was related to Ray Ray, but it's like, dog, you shouldn't be talking about this shit to nobody. Ray Ray pulls up, almost shot this nigga. TARIQ did a good Madden hit stick move to get out. You know, push this nigga on the ground. Shout out to whatever strength and conditioning they had him doing for basketball.
That was all the lean.
Man, listen.
That was just lean. It was a lean induced like fight or flight. Like he was either gonna have a seizure or get super strength, and that's what happened.
Man, and yo, so he hid, and then you know, the daughter finally has
Raina popped up.
her motherfucking dumb moment. She said, "I know you were coming to get TARIQ," and then the guy who's Ray Ray is a good actor because he really was flustered. He's like,
hey,
you know. And then, this nigga, she was like, "I know what you're doing. I know who you are, Ray Ray." And he was like, "Oh, word.
Oh, word. Oh, word.
Yeah, my dad'll kill you. Stay away from TARIQ."
So, yeah, that
nigga in his mind, he was like, "No, he not."
That nigga had the anime sweat drop like.
But when it's happening, you thinking like, he not gonna kill the daughter. He might pistol whip her and take her or something like. Nah, that nigga put the heat to the motherfucking chest.
You know too much.
Damn, man, didn't even develop breast yet. Got the implant. The implant.
Damn bars.
So yeah, that shit. I'm gonna tell you, man. Last night was fucked up for me because Dick Gregory died. Then like there was a real life
somebody in the city
rest in peace.
Lost their life, man.
You know,
rest
so
in peace,
that fucks up your head type shit. Even though I'm not gonna be in here like, oh, that's my cousin. I don't know her personally.
Yeah, it's still sad though.
It's
Condolences
sad.
to the family.
Yeah, condolences. But I'm like, yo, let me get my mind off this shit, all this death. Let me watch Power. And of course, 50 gonna be beasting. 50. I don't care about Julio dying or no shit like that.
Julio was a real
But
one.
Raina, like, why? Like, why did y'all? I couldn't end the night on that note, man. Nigga had to listen to Juan Epstein.
Nigga said. So wait, let me go through the thought process. Like, damn, that's fucked up. I need to get my head right.
Hip hop.
I need to get my head right. Nigga puts on DJ Premier, just instrumentals, just let them rock like hip hop, hop.
Nah, man, I did listen to some podcasts. though, man.
What else happened on Power last night? Andre fucked the pack up. Tommy's by himself. I think that's pretty much it. Now what I think is gonna happen.
Jimenez brother or the Jimenez. Yo, I got finished watching Narcos. The dude, the Jimenez Diego.
Yeah.
He was the search block nigga who ended up getting killed.
Okay.
Like, the other chick was the guerrilla gang chick who ended up telling the wife, yo, they're about to bomb this shit. Tell your husband, and they had to smuggle her into America. You never finished Narcos, did you?
I didn't finish Narcos.
Okay,
so
yeah. So
right now, the way you're talking to me, the way I'm looking like, yo, is this is this taking place in the same universe? Narcos
third season
and
come
Power?
out September 1st.
Okay.
Fire. Recommended to anybody, even if you don't know Spanish. It's mostly Spanish. You're going to have to read most of it. But listen, it is real life. And if you might have watched the Pablo Escobar documentary, but to see the shit in action, the nigga was doing so much. It was so crazy. The nigga had an average of 400 Colombian cops killed during his reign. Think about that. Like, if anybody black had that type of power in America, like, this police brutality shit wouldn't be going on like that. But even then,
but
it was drug shit.
Crime
It was
would
drug
be
shit.
like we would have worse problems than police brutality.
Yeah.
Like,
it was drug
like,
shit.
yo, niggas just invaded my home again. Like, it would be horrible, dog. But I think really, but back to Power. What's gonna happen is Tasha is talking all this fly shit. We're going to see the family come together temporarily for Raina's funeral.
Tasha the type of rat to leave right after the funeral.
Oh no, she's still gonna leave, but She's gonna be behind Ghost. She gonna be upset at him because, of course, like it's him, TARIQ, and all of that. So they gonna come together. They gonna grieve as a family for a second, and then it's going to explode from there. Ghost is gonna go and do his shit. Tasha's still gonna be out here trying to figure out how she can get that money from Ghost, and TARIQ is just gonna be a loose cannon because he watched his sister get killed. So it's the whole family is just about to self-destruct in some way, shape, size, or form. But Raina
TARIQ ain't got no more street ties. TARIQ's street ties was them 2 dudes.
He still know Kanan. He still got Kanan's number.
We'll see how that pan out.
You know what I mean? Because he's lying. He lied to everybody about Kanan.
But this is the thing. You know, you seen Tasha in the car in the preview, like, you know, it's no way you can, because he was like, I'm working on it. I'm going to fix this. And they like, you know, you can't fix this. You seen Tommy handing him the gun. This nigga's about to get his hands dirty again. They might think Kanan did it. So they might try to go after Kanan.
No, I think this is the point where TARIQ probably is going to be, Tariq's going to know who did it, but he's going to have to come clean with his dad. If he doesn't come clean with his dad on who did it, it's going to cause
unnecessary bloodshed.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. That's he can't really run to Kanan for that. He's going to have to talk to his dad and make sure him and his dad is on the same page and about what happened and how it went down. Now, what's going to be going on in the background? Andre done fucked the pack up.
Russians on his ass.
Russians is on his ass. So
Jimenez, they already got it, you know, out for him because of the Dre shit.
Yeah, so they're pretty much, Dre is going to work on being the new Ghost or the new plug or whatever with the Jimenez. But that's going to leave Tommy and Ghost out in the cold. So they're going to team up temporarily again at some point to stop that shit. You know what I mean? But while the family is grieving the loss of Raina, Tommy, of course, is going to build his relationship with his Sicilian family. The war is going to get underway with the Jimenez and them Russians that are on his ass, or them Slovakians. I forget what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Serbians. And it's going to get real messy real quick. And I don't know what role Angela is going to play in all of this with her new promotion. But hopefully we don't see too much of her.
Shout out to China Walk. Just because he has an interesting face, man. Just this nigga.
Mock?
Whatever the nigga. I said China Walk, you know, Main Moon.
Oh, God.
I don't know the nigga's name, man.
That nigga was legit mad. Like,
yo, man, that nigga is a funny looking motherfucker. Like, yo, this is low key racist. But
is it?
You know, low key, because I'm not saying, you know, it's racist because of putting all the Chinese shit.
Yeah, that's exactly why it is. You don't say.
Yeah, but he's got a funny face, man.
His face is kind of funny.
Yo, man, this nigga's funny looking, man. Like,
but that's it with Power.
When he get
man.
mad, it's funny, man. I'm sorry. Like,
anything you want to say about Power, where you feel like it's going?
Fuck them 2 niggas. They ain't deserve that promotion anyway. The whole police department is trash.
They low key is, dog. Like
literally from top to bottom. That whole everybody involved in that Ghost and Tommy. You know,
soiree.
Yeah,
Ghost Tommy, from Ghost Tommy to Lobos, just
everybody involved.
Trash,
pure trash.
Even with motherfucking funny face, funny looking, not the.
Angela's horrible, but still, y'all are trash.
Yeah, I mean, she's just less trash than all of them.
Black dude look like he just drink Kool-Aid all the time, and his Kool-Aid tastes like water.
Donovan, like he do look like his
he get his kids on Thursdays though.
Yeah,
had a Kool-Aid cold, you know.
Mm-hmm. This Christ. The fuck,
industry
man.
rule number 4080,
4080,
man. Go to mellodbeats.com, man. Get the single money. DTown got the new single Money out, man. Go fuck with it right now, man.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Shout outs to them other podcasts, you know what I mean? You got the Open Secrets, you know what I mean, with Jimmy Black. You got the regular show, you know what I mean, with Kilo.
Regular podcast.
You know what I
regular
mean?
show is taken.
Oh, yeah, not the regular show, the regular podcast, my nigga. You know what I mean? We out here, man. Industry rule number 4080.
Man, we need to bring that energy up, man. Industry rule.
Listen, man, if I catch you out here in these streets...
Dog, I'm about to start beating. Dog, you gotta find a new way to end the episode. We're gonna figure out a way right now, man. I need you to come up with something new, something fresh.
Nah, man, because they're going to get this work. They need to know, man. You know, this is the industry rule number 4080. If I catch you out here in the streets not listening to this shit, you know what I mean? I know your mom stay on Outlook, nigga. Be ashamed if something, you know.
Oh, next time, check this out. Next time you do that, I'm gonna tell these niggas where you live.
You don't know where I live.
I do.
Not on Outlook.
Industry rule 4080. We are out.
Peace. Tune in next week.